Oh my gosh, we have the real reason why Trisha Paytas has not put out the video with Jeffree Star. Not clickbait. We have inside sources that gave us a live interview here. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to roll you the interview of what she had to say because Jeffree Star has made a response as to why the podcast Trisha has not put it out. And a lot of people are talking about this on social media. We've made a video about it yesterday. This is our third video on this topic, but this time we have some inside tea. So I'm gonna show you all that drama. Before I get started, I just wanna say I love you guys. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, let's go. Let's roll the drama and let's talk about it. So grab a snack and come on back. Here we go. Everybody, it's Rich Lux. I'm super excited because I have another great deal for you guys. This is practically better than Black Friday right here. I'm partnered up with AdamandEve.com again, and this time they have 4 adult toys for $20. You can't get that anywhere else. At AdamandEve.com/Lux. I'll link it down below in the description, so tap in. That's right, 4 adult toys. That's 4 for $20. I love working with AdamandEve.com. They're one of my favorite sponsors to work with, and they love it when you guys use my code. And I see you guys, you send me DMs, you send me messages, and you're like, this is what I got. I can't believe I found this. I love this, I'm buying more. The holidays are just around the corner. Do it as a gag gift. Do it for fun. Do it for someone you like. Do it for someone you don't like. Stocking stuffers, gift ideas, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, backyard barbecues, quinceañeras, whatever. Definitely check out AdamandEve.com. There's something for everybody there at different price points. Just remember, AdamandEve.com/Lux. 4 adult toys for $20. All right, guys, let's get on with the drama. We finally found out the reason why Trisha Paytas has not posted her podcast interview with Jeffree Boom Boom Star. We have an exclusive interview with one of our sources saying why Trisha hasn't posted the interview. Here we go, roll it. All right, here's the audio recording I have. Let me play it for you. All right, guys, this is Rich Lux, and we have my exclusive source here on the phone, and she wants to remain anonymous, so we respect that. But she was on TikTok live watching Jeffree Star on TikTok doing battles that are in the boxes, and he mentioned what happened on the Trisha Paytas podcast that might ultimately lead to why Trisha hasn't posted the podcast. So go ahead and tell us what happened on that live stream.
Okay, so I was listening in on boxes. Jeffree Star was in boxes with a bunch of others, and people were talking about how they were like so impressed that Jeffree was so honest with the Tana Mojo interview that he had. And people were saying, wow, you were so honest. You basically talked about anything and everything she asked you. Nothing was off limits. And he said, absolutely. It's because I've healed from my past. And he is like, people can ask me anything and I'll tell it to them. I don't mind. And then he was like, that's like why Trisha, when I was on her podcast, she was asking me questions and I was just answering them honestly. And then he said that Trisha goes to Jeffree and says, do you really have to answer it so honestly? And then he said, why not? And she's like, well, just because it just brings up a lot of past feelings and past hurts. And when there's things that I don't want to talk about, I just tell people that I don't remember or I forgot. And I just giggle about it and I just change the subject. And Jeffree said, well, I'm not like that. I'm going to be honest with the people. If they want to ask me anything, I'll tell it to them the way, that I remember it. And I've healed from my past, so I'm okay to talk about it. And she's like, well, I'm not like that. Can you please just say you don't remember? And he said, no, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be honest. If you don't want me answering it, then don't ask the question. And she kind of got upset, but then continued on with the interview.
And this was on TikTok Live. He mentioned this?
He was in boxes, and he was just talking very casually.
But I don't mean to interrupt you, but was it in his boxes or someone else's boxes?
I don't remember. I think she was in somebody else's boxes.
So that's why it's not recorded.
It could be.
That's
because,
why. Because when he goes live, people screen record and they grab. But, you know, when he's in someone else's boxes, he could be anywhere. We don't know where he's at.
I almost want to say, I feel like it was in that guy, like, Logan's box, who goes live a lot with him. It might have been in one of his boxes at the time. And he was just chatting, and he's being very open and honest, very casual. He wasn't thinking anything of it. But this was right after his interview with Tana Mojo, like a couple of days after, I want to say, it happened.
You know, and we're looking for the screen recording if we can find it. But you were there and you heard it with your own ears, correct?
That I did, and I was surprised because I do know that in the past when I watched Trisha, who I'm also a fan of, she always will say, I don't remember.
Or,
and she changed
I don't know.
subject.
That does sound, that. You know what? Let me tell you what. If Jeffree was there on the podcast with Trisha Paytas, which we know he was, and if Moses, Trisha's husband, was there, and I feel like they laid it all out on the table. And I wouldn't be surprised if they brought up Trisha Paytas allegedly sleeping with Jaclyn Hill's ex-husband, John, who's now, rest his soul. Because there are videos of Trisha Paytas kissing Jaclyn Hill's husband. And she went on months later and said that she was jealous and she apologized and Jaclyn Hill forgave her. I could see them touching upon that and Jeffree bringing it up. I could see it, not bring it up intentionally, but just like in passing. And I could see Trisha being like, I don't know, I don't want to talk about that. Do you have to answer it so honestly? I could see that. And the verbiage that you use when Jeffree would say, I'm healed, he has said that on he had said that before, that he is healed or healing, that exact verbiage. So I believe he did say that. Watching Trisha Paytas throughout the years, she does sometimes say, I don't know. LOL, to excuse it and not talk about it. Not only that, when Trisha was on a recent podcast, on someone else's podcast, when she was a guest, she didn't want to dive deep into some of her issues, and it made her uncomfortable, and people came for the co-host, or I mean, not the co-host, but came for the host. So I think what you're saying really has some legs here, because it does seem like this is why the podcast has not been put out, because of the truths that Jeffree Star would say would then paint Trisha in a bad light when she's doing so good. It's not so much that, oh, I don't want to put it out because Jeffree Star. It's, I don't want to put it out because it's going to make me look bad. And so Trisha would have to own up to some of that, because due to the court of public opinion, a lot of people think that Jeffree Star this and that. But if he told the truth in the Trisha Paytas podcast, she would have to own up to her side of the street, which would then make it be like, oh, so it wasn't all Jeffree. And I think that's why Trisha's kind of shook by that. And in my opinion, that's why she hasn't put out the podcast, based on what our sources have just said on this video. Do you want to further add anything to that or co-sign that?
I do want to add that I do think that she hasn't put it out because she's not able to edit those parts out of the podcast without it looking or sounding strange. And that's why she hasn't put the podcast out yet.
That's the tea. All right. Thank you so much.
Well, folks, that was the exclusive interview that I had with my sources. Hold on. Let me change a picture real quick. I do believe that Jeffree Star kept it so real on the podcast with Trisha Paytas that's why she has not posted the podcast, because it would also show her that she would have to admit some things, that she was in the wrong in some situations. Now, there's the other side of the internet that is saying that Trisha Paytas has not put out her hour-long podcast with Jeffree Star, Jeffree Boom Boom Star, because of the backlash she would get from the beauty community. I see both sides. I see it like Chanel. I see both sides of it. No one knows. I wasn't there. Only Jeffree Star knows. But, you know, I'm keeping my ears to the internet streets, and a lot of people are wanting to know, where is this podcast with Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star? Is it deleted? Will we ever see it? What's the reason? Why hasn't it been posted? Jeffree Star just launched the 10th anniversary gold-blooded collection, and we still haven't got the podcast from Trisha Paytas. So we'll see what happens. Keep it locked in the Rich Lush for the hottest celebrity news and gossip on TikTok. Some truth to that, and I was sitting here thinking about it as I grabbed my Paris Hilton hand lotion. I was sitting here and I was just like, you know what? I think that is very possible. Because if Jeffree's gonna be open and honest, then Trisha would have to be open and honest back, and she would have to admit some fault. And maybe she's not there yet. Because I remember her being on a podcast and she didn't want to talk about certain things. She was not there yet. And so all that to say this, I think that her sentiment was in the right place. But at the same time, she just wasn't ready to talk about it. And if she's not ready to talk about it, she's not. I don't think she knew that Jeffree was going to bring it there. Maybe Jeffree, she thought, was going to keep it too superficial. Now, that is what our sources were saying. That's what we gathered from that conversation. If we flip the coin on the other side, people are saying that, you know, Trisha doesn't want to post the video because she's scared of the online backlash that she would get from the beauty community. And it would also just taint her career more than what it already is, because there are a lot of things that Trisha Paytas has done that people don't know about. You know, people are liking her content right now, and they don't want to be reminded of some of the stuff that she did. Also, it would also paint her to be somewhat of a villain too. And I do think that when it comes to Trisha Paytas, there's the good, the bad, and the bottom line. And there's a lot of good, and there's a lot of bad. And when it comes to the bottom line, it's up to the person to pick and choose how they feel about that. You know, she has done a lot of crazy things, and which I feel like she apologized for some things. Some people were saying she didn't apologize enough. It wasn't a sincere apology. All that to say this, I think when it comes to Jeffree Star, more will come out this week. Now that this information is out there, he's either going to want to clear it up or add to it, which then Trisha would either be forced to say something or just ignore it at all. And then you have the whole situation with Jaclyn Hill and her relationship with her ex-husband, and rest his soul. There's just a lot. And maybe that was just a very touchy subject that Trisha wasn't ready to get there, you know. All that to say this, I want to know what you guys think about all that drama in the comments down below, because it doesn't matter what I think about it. It matters what you guys think about it. And also a big shout out to this brand. I got it in PR today. I'll link it in the description. They make these bags. I mean, it looks like a bag, but it's a vase. I think I have another one up there. Yeah. So this obviously looks like a certain famous couture handbag with this pocket in the back. And you can put roses and flowers. It's a vase. And then they have another one. This is so cute. What bag does this look like? Let me know in the chat. What does this look like and what does this look like? Let's see if you guys can guess it. And I just want to say a big thank you. And I don't want to butcher the name, and I'll put the link down below if you guys want to shop. They have amazing stuff going on. They have these cool vases, and then they have this. If I can grab it, I don't want it to drop it. They also make candles. This is a giant Medusa head candle. Here's the wick. It smells so good. And so I just think this. So they also make other poured candles that look like different molds, but very drama, like cathedrals and dragons and just so much more. And they have jewelry. So here's the jewelry right here. This is, I think it's called Anais candles. I think that's how you pronounce it. Look at this giant sapphire type thing. Look at that. Oh, and if you're a big girl, you have big fingers, it opens up. So you can pull it out a little bit and you can put it on. So just keep that in mind too. And it comes in this beautiful little box here. They have so much more. Again, not sponsored, although I should be. Not sponsored, but they have so much good stuff over there. When I saw this website, first they sent me candles, right? And I was like, oh, this is cute, right? But then when I went to the website, I was like, oh, they got vases in the shape of popular inspired handbags, and they got jewelry. I was like, this website is drama. It's a small company. In my opinion, they were the first for hand poured, molds and stuff like that. So definitely check them out. And I just want to say this: shop small business, support small business. Definitely check them out. Add it to your cart. Think about it. Check out. Make amazing gifts for the holidays. Bar mitzvahs, backyard barbecues, quinceañeras, whatever. Check it out. They also have like drinkware for the home with diamonds inside of it. I don't want to show you because I want you to go check the website out. You can see it. But anyways, I just want to say a big thank you guys for watching. And today's candle, because I am part of the candle community, I got from Goose Creek, and it is classic Christmas tree, and it smells just like that. I can't wait to light it. I have this whole place smelling like Christmas tree, the house, girl. I mean, you know what? I probably want to light it on Christmas Day. Maybe that one, so I get that whole vibe. Okay. Anyways, let me know what you think of all that drama in the comments down below. Please like this video, because I'm still trying to save up money because I need a new laptop because it broke. I dropped it and it cracked. It's my fault. So I ordered an external monitor, and we'll see if it comes in the mail. Any new makeup I've been using? You know what? I have been absolutely loving the Sugar and Spice palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I really like it. I'm obsessed with it. And I'm shooting for my iPhone right now, so there's no it just looks very real and raw. And I have it on right now. So this is the palette. Not mad at it. Anyways, anything else I bought? Oh, I did. I went to La Mer. So I was at Saks Fifth Avenue, and I just had to have it. I got the La Mer. You guys can see it. It's La Mer. The brush, it's $100. It's just a powder brush. And let me tell you, it's not worth it. Don't buy it. But if you're a label whore and you like bougie things and just, pick it up, it's a very pretty brush. I don't think that the average person would know what it is. But for the girls, normal people wouldn't know what it is. But if you're one of the girls, okay, if you're a hype beast, if you're a snob like me, then you would be like, she got the La Mer brush. She got the La Mer brush. So I like it, but so not worth the money. But I like it. Not worth the money. Anyways, I digress. I keep it real, guys. Okay, I love you guys. Mwah. And let me know what you think about the drama with Jeffree and Trisha. Do you think that person is lying in the house, or do you think it's real? I want to know. I'll read your comments. Bye.